Oh, I see. So you're a full-time student at Levigotsky. That sounds like a busy life, especially since it's only Monday the 29th and you already have deadlines looming. Since you mentioned your English is intermediate, you're doing great. Just a small tip. In English, we usually say, I study at Levigotsky, when referring to a specific school or institution. To keep the conversation going, what are you studying there? Is it a career-focused program or high school? I'm happy to help you with the grammar as we chat, or we can just focus on the ideas. Which do you prefer? That's cool. High school can be pretty intense, especially when you have projects due. Since it's Monday the 29th, you still have a bit of a head start for the rest of the week. Physics is fascinating, but it can definitely be tricky because it mixes math with the way the world moves. Since today is Monday the 29th, we have some time to break down whatever is confusing you before the week gets busier. Usually, people struggle with physics because of the formulas or trying to visualize what's happening. What specific topic are you studying right now? Is it kinematics? Calculating speed, distance, and time? Dynamics? It is totally normal to feel scared or nervous when you don't understand something, especially in physics. It can feel like a different language sometimes. But don't worry, since it's Monday the 29th, we have plenty of time to clear things up before the week ends. First, a quick English correction. Instead of I have scared, you should say I am scared or I am afraid, because scared is an adjective describing how you feel. Also, in English, we call that topic kinematics with a K. Dynamics versus kinematics. Since you are starting dynamics this partial term/period, perfect, I'm ready. Let's jump right into it. To keep things at an intermediate That sounds like a great routine. Playing 3 times a week is a serious commitment. It's a fantastic way to stay fit and clear your mind. Just a small tip for your intermediate level. When talking about hobbies, we usually use the "ing" form. So you would say, "My hobby is playing tennis." Also, to sound even more natural, you could say, "I practice intensely," or "I have a full practice on Mondays." Let's dive deeper. That's impressive. Playing for only a year and already competing in tournaments, or tournaments as we say in English, shows you've made a lot of progress. It makes sense that you play singles there. It's the ultimate test of your own skills. Here are a couple of quick level-up tips for your English. 1. Duration. Instead of "I playing tennis for 1 year," we use the present perfect continuous. I have been playing tennis for a year. 2. Adverbs. Instead of "I play good," use "well." I play well describes how you play. 3. Vocabulary. Instead of "school the tennis," you can say "tennis academy" or "tennis club." I love that you're competing. Moving from a beginner to playing in tournaments in just 1 year is a very fast learning curve. Since you mentioned playing both singles and doubles, the strategy changes a lot. In singles, it's all about your stamina, how long. It is totally normal to feel like that. Even the pros get the jitters, a common way to say nervous, before a big match. In English, when we talk about managing feelings, we use the verb "to handle" or "to cope with." So you could say, "I didn't know how to handle them," referring to your nerves. Since you were talking about a match that already happened, that is a great ambition. Working at NASA sounds like an incredible experience, definitely out of this world. Since we are practicing, let's polish your sentence a little bit. In English, when we talk about a hypothetical situation, something that isn't happening right now but you imagine, that's fascinating. Astronomy is one of the most exciting fields of science. Since you are at an intermediate level, let's practice some specific vocabulary. To help you structure your thoughts, take a look at how we categorize. That is a very cool topic. Black holes are probably the most mysterious things in the universe. In English, we call them black holes. Since you are practicing your English, let's look at how to describe your school project using the right verbs. Grammar check. Make versus do. In English, we usually do a project or do homework, and we make a physical object or a diagram. Instead of, "I make a work in the school," try, "I did a project for school about this." Instead of, "I make It is perfectly normal to be confused. Even the smartest scientists in the world don't fully understand. You're welcome. You are doing great. It's normal to mix up words when you're learning, but you're making your ideas very clear, which is the most important part of being intermediate. Let's keep going with our space and career theme. Perfect. You nailed it. Using job for the position and work for the action is the way to go. One tiny detail. In English, we usually say work with rather than for working with in this context. Work with rather than for working with in this context.